that would add more combinations, as far as like your scoring, your timing, how many rings you have, things like that to get an S ring.
Oh yeah. And now we've just tackled through the second ball puzzle, and like that's where most of the fans complain about it being too hard or frustrating or difficult. And really, what do you guys really think about it? Like the actual overall ball puzzle, like in this part.
I think it's pretty challenging. What about you?
It's all like hit the ball, which I don't do right for like this next 10 minutes. Because I did do it after I completed this video. I went back and tried it again, and I did it in 48 seconds.
So did you edit that part out then for this Let's Play as well? Or is it gonna see our trials, like you're gonna have to redo it again?
No, this Let's Play, I don't do it that quick. It takes me 10 minutes to figure out how to hit the ball and get distance. And my mistake is I stand right up against the ball, which you don't do. You gotta stand like a little bit away from it, then hit it, and it'll get the full blast of his attack, and it'll launch.
So like his psychokinesis power needs a bit of space to actually work.
See, like right here, I get right up against it, and then it just kind of barely moves.
Oh, I see. Do you think that they needed a bit of like an instruction manual, like like why you did like pushing the rock here? There's like a question mark that tells you how to do it properly.
Probably, it would probably make people a little bit happier, but I think they would still hate this part. You just gotta let it charge up too. So I just hit that and it just barely moved.
I don't really think that they should hate this part because it's kind of like different, like for the gameplay. Like instead of like going mashing through enemies, like it brings something new to the valley. But probably like they could have changed the puzzle around. Like instead of like going through like hitting the ball into the puzzle, why not like try and like force the ball up into the air, something to actually reach a new platform or something like that. Could have been like something different, and it didn't need to actually require a lot of running from Silver as well.
Yeah, that's true. I think bringing something different to a game is really important. It makes the game. Let's face it. Everybody keeps, everybody's trying to get us to go back to 2D.
No.
I would say that the only thing I'll actually keep all the time, like in the 2D games and 3D games, is Sonic's gameplay. Everything else can be all fine, but if like Sonic's gameplay is not like how it was back then it's kind of like lost the kind of formula. Because at the start of like all the Sonic series, it has been Sonic 1 that we should all appreciate from giving us this great franchise. And then like anything else added on is like the replay value, such as new characters and stuff. But never to really change our Sonic. sorry for the technical difficulties. I went on a long speech, and I think I'm gonna let it go for the rest of you guys. So, what's the last things you guys have to say from what I said beforehand?
Well, we were talking about the uniqueness in these games and how this puzzle is, yes, it's a challenge. Yes, it might even be frustrating or a headache, but really, are you really gonna whine about something like this? Because it's a game.
Plus, they only did this once in the entire game too.
Which is really sad, because I would like to see more puzzles like this. On the back of the box, it says Silver has puzzles, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And this is like probably one of the only ones that he has.
Yeah, I guess so. And yeah, they could have done more puzzles like in the other stages, instead of like actually bringing like speed elements. Because is Silver supposed to be fast, or is he really just supposed to be all about psychokinetic abilities?
They did not focus on his speed at all, so I'm gonna say it's definitely about his abilities.
Yeah, because like when Shadow first introduced, like he was just all about speed as well, right? And now like he's like some guy with chaos abilities.
Oh man, those chaos abilities, they're so smooth. I love Shadow's gameplay. His is my favorite in the game. But you know, those abilities and the way he's evolved, that's what we need to see more of out of all the characters. Sonic's boosting, yes, it's an evolution, but at the same time, I would much rather see Sonic be that fast without boost, maybe, or maybe, you know, be more controlled, or every character should be able to evolve. Knuckles,
I don't care what people say, this game did many things right with their gameplay.
It sure did. I like the way that they evolved. Shadow is perfect. The way Shadow was in this game is how he needs to play in the next game.
Well, like, in Shadow the Hedgehog he had guns. In this game they gave him Chaos Spear, which replaced the guns perfectly.
He sure did.
Like, the only thing it could use tweaking was, like, in Shadow the Hedgehog he had that Chaos Blast feature. In this game it wasn't very good, but it should have been more similar to Shadow the Hedgehog, where it charged up, and the higher level you charge it, the more damage and widespread area it does.
That would have been, I can't say that word, but let's just say that would have made me very happy if they would have done that, and if they would have made a hybrid of the two Chaos Blasts. And that's I really want to see that from Shadow. I don't want to see him just boosting and being another copy of Sonic like he was in Generations a bit.
But Shadow's like kind of like a very differentiate like from like his early days, and it was pretty sweet. But it's kind of like how they handled him, kind of like with the huge excessive guns and stuff.
Yeah, him using guns, I never want to see him hold another gun again. As far as vehicles go, I'm not... People complained about the vehicles, and yes, the camera was a little bit unforgiving, but get over it. As far as Shadow and vehicles, he did a pretty good job, you know.
They did give you a little option of clicking the left trigger and centering the camera back where the character is facing.
Yeah, but
for Sonic 06, the L trigger for the camera, yeah. Sorry, TK, what are you gonna say? Cut you off again.
No, I have no idea. But seriously, as far as like the variety, you know, his vehicles, yeah, they were a little clunky in this game, but that doesn't mean never use them again.
I never used them in the game myself. You'll see it when we get to Shadow Store. I usually jump out of all the vehicles that you start off, if you can.
I would like to see Shadow in more vehicles later on in the series, definitely though.
But suppose like if Shadow had the same moveset as he did in Sonic Adventure 2, but added all these vehicles together and whatnot, do you think it would have been a much better solution to it? Because you still got the original moveset from Shadow, so you can still play as Shadow as how he did in the first place, but also with all the movesets he had.